finally time, the time that I have been waiting for. I am finally going to be opening this blind date with a book. This book has made its appearance in the past couple of videos, and it's just finally time for me to open this up and see what book I'm going to be reading for this reading vlog. I have absolutely no predictions for what this book could be. My only hope is that 1, I actually enjoy the book, 2, I don't actually own the book, and 3, that it could help me with some sort of prompt for Herkit. If you're unaware, I'm participating in the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do. It is round 3 of it, and yeah, I'm really hoping that this fits in somewhere. But yeah, we are going to open this one up, but first let me tell you guys all the things on this little blurb. So this is a fantasy romance book. The tropes are arranged marriage, enemies to lovers, magic curse. It has a 3 out of 5 spice rating. The Goodreads rating is a 4.05, which seems pretty high, so I'm really excited about that. And the T says, bound by an ancient curse, married to her enemy, ice melts slowly. And yeah, I have no guesses on what this book could be, but first, I'm of course going to take all these stickers and bookmarks. There's quite a lot. So this first bookmark is fantasy romance because monsters need love too, which as a monster romance lover, I can get behind this. Then we have this bookmark, which is just a bunch of books, and the spines have like different romance book tropes. This one says, let's get one thing straight, I choose the villain every single time. And then this one is a whole bunch of just like cutesy little romance book things. We got like the coffee that's reading fuel, the candle that says slow burn romance. This one's really cute, I like it. The morally gray book club sticker, hot girls read fantasy. This one is so funny. I'm not sure when this like blind date with a book thing came out, but I'm filming this not too long after the whole like hot girl reads fiasco happened, like all that drama. So this is kind of funny. I love it. As a cat lover, I kind of love this sticker. It says, yes, I'm reading. Yes, this angle is necessary. And it's a cat reading a book. It's very cute. Bookish girly therapy. And then we have this sticker, which is the 3 books in like the Butcher and Blackbird series. I'm not actually sure what the series is called. I have read Butcher and Blackbird, which is the first one. I haven't continued on in the series. But yeah, hopefully that's not a hint that this book has to do with that series, because that series isn't fantasy. But I also don't know why they included like, maybe it's like a promotional thing. I don't know. Then we have Slow Burn. And this last one that I'm gonna get off is Book Girl Summer. We read at dawn. I really like that just because it's summer and that's kind of perfect. So that was 7 stickers and 4 bookmarks that came with this one, which out of all the blind date with the books that I've gotten so far, I think this is like the most things, maybe not like for me the most useful. I really like the one where it came like with a pen and like the tabs for like annotations. I really like that, but I am like a sucker for stickers. Bookmarks, I do love them, like they're cute, don't get me wrong, but I have so many of them. Same with stickers, I never use them. I just like think they're cute. And so I collect all these things, sure. Useful, maybe not so much, but I do like the amount that I got. So we're starting off good so far, and I guess I'm just gonna leave that there for now. But now it is time to actually open up the book. Yeah, and it's cute. I like how they did the whole like pocket chevron things. I think this is the first time I've seen that. Usually they just have one. And yes, I am a blind date with a book critic here. I've done so many at this point that I feel like I have the credentials for it. But let's go ahead and open this up. I always never want to like tear the wrapping of it. I don't know why. I just don't like tearing it. Yeah. Also, it is about to pour here, so I'm sorry about the lighting. And also if it does start pouring, I'm sorry if you can hear it rain. But we're just gonna call this like a cozy vlog then. Ooh, oh, another bookmark just fell out of there. This one is so cute. It's giving Summerween vibes. It's a bunch of ghost and like pumpkins. It's all very fall on the little bookshelf. I like that. So that's actually 5 bookmarks, unless more falls out of here, we'll see. But I was oohing because inside I can see that the book has frayed edges. And it's like really pretty. It's like blue with like stenciled like roses on it. Oh, and we got another sticker that fell. I'll get it in a moment. Oh, there's even more stickers. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm overwhelmed by stickers. Okay, a lot more stickers fell out, and this book is absolutely gorgeous. I don't think I've ever seen this book before. Like, it doesn't look familiar at all. This is A Curse of Shadows and Ice by Katrina Mora, I think is how you say the last name. But look at those sprayed edges. Okay, well, we'll get to that in a moment. We'll look at the stickers first. Wow, that's so many stickers. We have this like heart with like a crossword, and it says book lover, crying over fictional characters. Oh, and the rain started. How fun. We have a book a day keeps reality away, and it's a little dragon on a stack of books. My TBR is bigger than my emotional capacity. Definitely very true. If you saw one of my previous videos where I went through my entire owned like physical TBR shelf, I have over 120 books on my TBR, which is actually this entire shelf that we're standing in front of. This sticker is how to buy new books and pretend like it was an accident. It's like the title of the book that the cat's reading. And then a fantasy lover sticker. And yeah, that is a hefty stack of stickers and bookmarks. Also, I should say that the price of this blind date with a book was $26, which isn't bad, especially for like a hardback book. I feel like that's cheaper than this book. The book itself is $32. Okay, yeah, good deal then, I guess. Okay, but this book, the end papers, stunning. It's really pouring. I really hope you guys can't hear that. This, stunning. Okay, well, my first impression of this is that I'm really happy. I think this is a stunning book. The cost of the blind date with a book was actually cheaper than the book itself, which kind of surprises me. It came with lots of little goodies, which is exciting. But yeah, this book is stunning. What is the book actually about? I don't really read synopsises because I don't like to know too much going into it. So I'm just gonna read this like little blurb right here, and I will give you guys like a better synopsis once I actually read the book and get into it. But it says, a deliciously seductive Beauty and the Beast retelling about a cursed emperor living in shadows, a kingdom frozen and dying, and the princess who could set them all free. Okay, yeah, I'm interested. I do love a good retelling, and yeah, a whole romantasy retelling about Beauty and the Beast. I'm intrigued. So I'm going to start reading this book, and I will update you guys as I go along. Just a quick little note that the reason I got this book cheaper, because I've been thinking about it because it was bothering me. The reason I got this book cheaper than like the actual cost of the book is because I actually got this blind date with a book at a used bookstore. So that explains like the pricing. And that probably also tells you how long I've been holding on to this book that I forgot that I got it at a used bookstore. Absolutely pouring outside, so sorry again if you can hear that and for the gloomy lighting, but I have started A Curse of Shadow and Ice, and I have made it 46 pages in. I'm on chapter 9. They're very short chapters. Also, I chose to use the fantasy romance because Monsters Need Love 2 bookmark that I got, just because I'm reading a fantasy romance. But I'm not sure how I feel about it so far. It's definitely a very quick, like fast-paced kind of read. We have two main characters. We have Arabella and then we have Felix. Felix is the Beast, and he's sort of this person. He has like a curse on him, but he's also known to like all the other kingdoms in this world as being like a demon. And he's like a very powerful like sorcerer, I think. And yeah, he's like this very powerful guy. Everyone's scared of him. We see that from Arabella's perspective. She is the daughter of a king, not like a super like well-respected king or like the super powerful one or anything. They just have like a very small kingdom. But she's not the favorite daughter. She is treated very poorly by her father. There is some abuse at the beginning of this book, but she was very happy in knowing that she was getting to marry her best friend. His name's Nathaniel, but they were like childhood best friends. They grew up together, and she was really excited to get to marry him. And then obviously Felix, he ends up coming into the picture because he knows that Arabella is the one who's going to be able to break his curse. So he basically storms into their kingdom and basically demands that she marries him. And they basically get married the next day. Arabella is not too keen on this whole situation. Obviously, she wanted to marry her best friend. She has a sister that she loves very much that she's leaving behind. And obviously it's her family and her home. Even though she isn't a fan of her father, she doesn't exactly want to get married to a guy who she only knows as being like a demon and to be like really scary and stuff. And so she's not exactly happy about all of this. But where I am now is they got married and they are traveling to go to Felix's kingdom. And I just don't know about the writing of this book. I feel like we're missing a lot of context. We're kind of just thrown straight into things. The book starts off from Felix's point of view, and he is basically talking to this mirror of like the seer who is telling him about his prophecy, and obviously that Arabella is going to be the one to break the curse. But we don't get a lot of like information. Like straight from that we go to Arabella's perspective, her terrible home life, and that she's getting married to this guy. I feel like there's no like world building of what kind of world we're living in, what kind of magic system we have going on. Arabella lives in a kingdom where it's outlawed, but her father does have like magical weapons that he uses against her. But then Felix, his whole kingdom that he has, it's just like a normal thing that everyone uses. We get to see them like when they're traveling, like pitching their tents up in seconds because of magic, but we don't get much more world building than that. I also feel like we don't really know these characters too well for like the start of a book. Like, I don't know, I feel like it really got into it. We jumped straight into all of the plot points and everything. And yeah, again, I'm not too far into it, so I'm unsure of what's going to happen. But I do like what's going on, and yeah, I'm interested to see where the story goes. But I did just want to give you guys that update of what the book is so far about. Okay, it is the next day, and I am over 50% of the way through this book. I'm on chapter 35, which is page 187. This is quite a short book. I think it is probably a series. I did forget to look at that when I was marking this on Storygraph, but yeah, I'm over 50% of the way through, and I wanted to do a halfway update, but honestly, I don't have much to say about this book. Not much has happened, honestly. Obviously, Arabella and Felix, they are together in Felix's kingdom and his castle and everything, and we learn that even though Arabella has been told her entire life that she doesn't have powers, she does actually have powers, and she might actually have very strong powers that is potentially going to be what breaks the curse that's on Felix. And I don't know, I feel like this book is playing on a lot of cliches. Obviously not talking about like the Beauty and the Beast retelling type cliches, but just overall romantasy cliches. But yeah, not much has happened. We basically just see Arabella trying to learn her magic, as well as her and Felix's relationship with each other, which on one hand, I think the relationship is fine, and on the other, love triangles aren't really my thing. We have Arabella obviously being married to Felix and starting to fall in love with him, but she is still pining after Nathaniel. Again, he's the one who was her like childhood best friend and her first love and everything. She still thinks about him. She obviously didn't want to fall in love with Felix because she doesn't want to betray Nathaniel. Obviously, like in this world of like them marrying off their kids and everything, we have like the stereotypical of like saving yourself for marriage kind of thing. And so even though Arabella and Felix are married in this book, she's really doesn't want to consummate the marriage, but she also does. She just has a lot of guilt around it because she wanted to save herself for Nathaniel. And so a lot of this book is like her internal dialogue of thinking about both of these guys, being in love with both of them. And honestly, like love triangles like that just are not my thing. And I mean, we're over halfway through the book already, and I just don't know. This is such a short book, so it's kind of hard for me to really tell how I'm going to feel about it by the end, but I just don't think the whole extra plot of Nathaniel and like her being in love with him is needed. Obviously, she wants to go home to her family and to her sister, and I feel like that's enough of a reason for her to not want to be stuck to a random guy. I don't think we need this like she's in love with another guy and that's why she wants to go home. Like she like writes letters and stuff to her sister and they like are talking, and I feel like that would just be enough. Like I feel like the whole Nathaniel subplot is a little bit of overkill just for how short this book is, but maybe I'll feel differently by the end. But yeah, not much has really happened, honestly. But I will update you guys again probably when I finish this book unless something else exciting happens. But yeah, on another note, I do have 2 job interviews coming up next week, which is really exciting. So wish me luck on those, but I'm going to go ahead and finish this book and talk to you guys later. Okay guys, I have finished A Curse of Shadow and Ice by Katerina Mora in under 24 hours, and I'm giving this one 3 stars. Also, I did use this for one of the Herkit prompts. I did it for the remix category of a retelling that like has like different magic system or like has magic in it. This one fits the bill, but yes, I gave this one 3 stars. This one was fine. Also, it is a series. This one, I believe, came out in 2022, and on Storygraph, it like has it marked as a series, but it doesn't like show the next book in the series. But at the back of this one, it does say that the next book is coming out the fall of this year, I believe. Yeah, so fall of 2026, the next book in the series will be coming out, but it is following different characters, which is kind of exciting, and I'm like slightly interested, but I don't know. I don't actually know if I'll pick it up. For me, this book was fine. Like as like a retelling, I enjoyed it. As like a romantasy, I enjoyed it. Again, my problems still stand that there's like not enough world building. I have no real understanding of this world or their magic system. The only magic I sort of understand is Arabella's, because we see her learning her magic, but she has a very different magic than like everyone else. So I don't really understand it. Also, not everyone has magic. Yeah, I am a little confused on the world and the magic system. And so like as a fantasy book, this isn't the best. I think the romance was really good, but again, my problems with Arabella's like relationship with Nathaniel still stands, and that was like resolved very fast near the end. I will say the ending I did pretty much really enjoy. I liked seeing Arabella really grow into herself and see her really develop as a character. We get a lot of more like political intrigue, I guess you could call it. Yeah, a lot more happened at the end. I was more invested in the story, and I think that our 2 characters had a very cute relationship. I do think that there are some things I could just like nitpick at and say that they weren't the most fleshed out, but from like an enjoyment standpoint, this was a fun, easy read. Obviously, I like kind of flew through it in under 24 hours, and yeah, like it was an enjoyable experience. Not the best like writing wise, but it is what it is. As far as a blind date with a book goes, I think this one was fine. I would probably get another one from this bookstore that I went to, if there's like another one that piqued my interest. But I do think for the tropes that it gives, I think it might have been a little misleading with like the enemies to lovers. These two characters have never met. They're not exactly enemies when they first meet. Yes, there is some maybe like hate to love is probably how I would personally classify the trope. Obviously, it's an arranged marriage. She does think that he is this evil demon guy, but I wouldn't say that they're enemies because they have no prior interactions to really make them enemies. So, yeah. I wouldn't really call this enemies to lovers personally, but I know that trope kind of gets thrown around in the romantasy genre. Overall, like with the things that I got with the blind date with a book, I think it was a lot. Obviously, there was a lot of bookmarks, a lot of stickers. Personally, for me, I probably won't find much use out of them, and I'll probably just be like giving them away, just because I don't need that many bookmarks or stickers. I don't really use stickers for anything. And I feel like the price for this one is a little weird just because this is a used book that I did get from a used bookstore. It is in really great condition. You know, there are some, like there's like a slight mark here on the cover, and there is like a black dot on the top, which doesn't personally bother me. Like I think this book is in great condition. It's a very beautiful book. And then yeah, you got a whole bunch of stuff with it. So I feel like $26, which is the price I think I paid for it. I'm not like totally sure, and like the price isn't like on the blind date with a book. But like considering this book was $32, I'm fairly happy with only spending $26. Just because it's a beautiful book. It's in great condition. I can't really complain about that. So thank you guys for joining me on this little blind date with a book adventure, as well as sort of an impromptu 24-hour readathon, I guess. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. A little tiny vlog here. I definitely have some longer vlogs coming very soon, but thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!